There was a breach in the Prime Minister's security today during his roadshow in Karnataka. A man jumped onto the road suddenly and managed to get within an arm's length of the Prime Minister. That's all there was to it. He had a Garland with him. The man broke the security cordon, rushed at the Prime Minister, who was riding on the footboard of an SUV, apparently to Garland him. Now, he was stopped at the very last stage by an SPG member, the Special Protection Group. The question is, how did he manage to actually get as close as that? Let's take a look at this video again. Remember, it was when a Garland was placed by a terrorist that we lost our former Prime Minister, Rajiv Gandhi. Now, this is a different sort of situation, but getting so close to the Prime Minister, a clear breach of his security. The Prime Minister was on a sanitized route. As you can see, there's barricading, fences on both sides, and there is state police which is deployed as well. Somebody, I don't know, jumped across or rushed at him and came within an arm's length of him. Why was he not spotted earlier? The video doesn't say everything, but this should never have taken place. He was immediately moved by his security detail, the SPG over there. Now, this isn't the first time that this sort of thing has happened. A couple of months back, the Prime Minister had to stop on a bridge in Punjab when there was traffic which affected the movement of his convoy. His convoy doesn't move, doesn't stop. It essentially always moves. It is believed that if his convoy stops, it could be problematic. So that happened in Punjab once. There were huge concerns. It became a political issue. But over here, in a BJP-run state, I'm sure it wouldn't be a political issue, but the fact of the matter is this man got really close. My colleague Neeta Sharma joins us for more on this. Neeta, what happened over here, and I mean, is there any explanation? I mean, this seems to be a glaring security lapse.
Yeah, it is a glaring security lapse because this man tried to Garland the Prime Minister. He jumped into the way when the cavalcade was moving. It is considered as a security lapse because, as far as the Prime Minister routes are concerned, they are thoroughly sanitized and nobody can come while the cavalcade is moving. So obviously an inquiry is going to be initiated in this, but as you were mentioning, Vishnu, it's a BJP-ruled state. However, the Karnataka police sources were, trying to pass on it as a routine affair. They were saying like this man was only trying to Garland the Prime Minister. But as far as the SPG is concerned, they obviously think it is as a security lapse. The inquiry is going to be looked into, be held in this issue. As far as the blue book of the SPG is concerned, when the Prime Minister is moving in such kind of events, whether it's a roadshow, whether it's an event, whether it's a rally, a thorough ASL is done days ahead before the actual function takes place. Each and every aspect of the Prime Minister's visit is minutely thought over, dealt with, and also discussed with various agencies. Intelligence Bureau is involved, the local authorities are involved, the fire services are involved, even the contingency plans are charted out. In this case, the man jumped into the way and he was directly in front of the Prime Minister, which obviously means, and as far as the SPG is concerned, he's the only protectee of the SPG because SPG only protects him because the act was amended in Parliament. So obviously a detailed inquiry would be looked into as to how it happened and why this man was allowed to, get so close. And if not, what kind of, arrangements were made across the roads, if there were barricades, why the security people were not standing there, because each and every zone is divided zone-wise, as far as the Prime Minister's movements are concerned.
What's interesting, Neeta, in this video, he gets even closer than arm's length, that he actually does manage to hand over that Garland to the Prime Minister. The Prime Minister actually takes that Garland at the very end, at the same time as he's being tackled by that SPG security member over there. He actually manages to get even closer, resists the guard, and then the Prime Minister actually takes that Garland at that stage. I'm just curious to know, at what stage do the SPG, are they not obligated to take much more action than just pushing this man away at that stage? This appears to be a potentially life-threatening situation.
Absolutely. As far as the CPG is concerned, that is the close protection group of the Prime Minister. They are like a wall around him, you know. And if a man is just reaching out to the Prime Minister and giving him a flower or even a garland, that means he was in a touching distance of the Prime Minister, which itself is a very serious security lapse. So obviously that would be looked into by various authorities. There would be an inquiry. But as you were mentioning, it's a friendly state. It's a BJP ruled state. So it would all depend as to what the state authorities would say, would tell in this inquiry, because they will obviously have to explain if the barricades were there, or if some kind of signages were there across the road, if people are not allowed to move from that place, how this man jumped across from that place and reached the Prime Minister. So those are the questions which are going to be minutely looked into when the inquiry takes place.